Brad Bock Aeronautic, an aircraft engineering company, would like to present to you a very unique crowdfunding effort. What makes this effort so unique is that we are actually attempting to crowdfund the research and development of a military weapon. Since none of the major crowdfunding websites will allow us to fund a weapon, we had to create our own website. We will get into more specifics of the rocket and why we decided to crowdfund it, but first we would like to explain what the rocket is intended to do. Imagine this scenario. A soldier is pinned down behind a small car by at least 5 enemy soldiers taking cover behind a concrete wall. The closest support for the soldier is at least 45 minutes away and he can't make it that long nor fight his way out. In normal circumstances, all he could do is sit there and wait to be killed, but in this case, the soldier is carrying a Kamikaze rocket. He pulls the rocket out of a small 4 to 5 pound pouch that is strapped to his left leg and quickly assembles it. He knows his location coordinates and he knows that the enemy is roughly 150 yards to the northwest. With this information, he can easily guess where to send the rocket, knowing that all he has to do is get the rocket on the other side of the wall and within 50 yards of the enemy. He inputs the coordinates into the rocket and then presses the launch button on the controller. The rocket launches high into the sky, guides itself to the preset location and detonates with the force of a 152mm high explosive artillery shell, killing all 5 enemy soldiers and anything within a 50 to 100 yard radius. This is one of the countless scenarios where this weapon could not be only extremely useful, but absolutely essential. All from this small, simple, and easy to carry model rocket-like weapon that packs a devastating punch. Also, imagine the effect of 20 soldiers using these in a coordinated attack on a much larger group of enemy soldiers. It would be devastating. For our soldiers and allies on the front line, it could be the only difference between life and death. Now let's get into more detail about the Kamikaze rocket and the reason that we chose to crowdfund it. The project is intended to develop an extremely powerful missile system that can easily be carried by any soldier. This system consists of what is essentially a small model rocket that flies like an airplane, an autopilot system very similar to the type used in modern private drones, and a very uniquely powerful non-nuclear explosive warhead. The soldier would determine the approximate coordinates of the enemy and put these coordinates into the rocket and simply launch the rocket with a single button. The rocket will then guide itself to the determined target location with incredible accuracy and explode with a force roughly equivalent to a 152mm high explosive artillery shell. Simple back of the envelope calculations reveal that approximate requirements to achieve this effect would size the rocket at roughly 24 inches long, 3.5 inches in diameter, and 4 to 5 pounds in weight. The rocket could also be broken down into multiple pieces to make it easier for a soldier to carry. When we first came up with this idea, we decided to look into whether or not it was possible and if we had the technology to make it a reality. When we found that the answer was yes, we looked into government funding. What we found there was that not only is government funding a complicated process, but that we would never make this year's proposal deadline and we would have to wait until next year. The only other option that we had to get these out to our soldiers ASAP was crowdfunding. So we set up this simple campaign to see if we could get the people behind us and these rockets to the front line. If you would like to help and support this project, there is a donation link on every page of our website and we will gladly accept any amount. We also have a sponsorship reward store in which we receive a small donation from any item you purchase. You can also customize or shop for thousands of items on Zazzle.com. And as long as you use the link on our website, we receive a percentage of any purchase that you make in that browser session. You can shop for cool items and support a good cause in the process, the lives of our soldiers. Go ahead and check it out, and if you don't mind, please share this project with your friends.